It has now almost been 2 years since Nintendo announced the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This trailer brought a lot of questions, but very few answers. What will this game be about? What are Link and Zelda doing? Is that Ganondorf? Does this game even take place in Hyrule? Well, today I would like to answer one simple question. Where is this trailer taking place? Now, before I begin, I would like to point out one thing. Trailers are made with the purpose of confusing its audience. This is so the audience will get interested in the product and want to buy it. After all, no one likes a story that is predictable. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's talk about the trailer's location. This is a heavily debated topic. Some people think that's in the snowy regions of Hebra, some think that it's in the tropical forests of Faerun. I'm just gonna jump right into it and say where I think this location is. Underneath Hyrule Castle. Now, I know that this is a conclusion that most people who have watched the trailer can come to, but I have evidence for this that, as far as I know, hasn't been brought up before, so please keep an open mind. The base for this theory is the already existing theory that ancient energy is a purified form of malice. This makes sense when you think about it, because if ancient energy is purified malice, then it makes sense that the raw substance should be able to control guardians and divine beasts. Besides, building an army by using your enemy's weapons against them sounds like exactly something the Sheikah would do. Moving on, I would like to talk about Hyrule's energy pockets. You see, the ancient energy is extracted from the ground. As far as we know, there are 3 places where this energy can be extracted: Hateno Village, Akkala, and underneath Hyrule Castle. Now, what I want to focus on is Hyrule's Castle's energy pocket. You see, this pocket of energy is huge, so big that it can reach the Royal Ancient Tech Lab. Now, while it is possible that the Sheikah researchers are carrying the blue flame from Hyrule Castle to the lab, as evidenced by the amount of torches outside the lab, if they didn't have direct access to the energy, they would have built their lab closer to Castletown, or inside the castle itself. I mean, yes, the Sheikah like their privacy, and they don't really like being forced into uncomfortable situations, but they do it when they have to. The only reason the Akkala and Hateno Tech Labs are not positioned closer to the flame is because these buildings weren't originally labs, and by the time Purah and Robbie got there, the skills of carpenting and construction were lost. This leads me to believe that the energy pocket is so big that they could extract energy from the lab itself. Though, if this were the case, that means this pocket is as big as Death Mountain. But my evidence goes further, because while the labs weren't built at the castle, the main control unit was. The main control unit controls all the Sheikah tech. If it was constructed by the Sheikah and has ancient energy flowing through its body, it is somewhat under the control of this machine. The thing is, the main control unit was placed there for a reason. If we assume the theory that ancient energy is just a purified form of malice, then that means the biggest pocket of energy probably is connected to its source, this corpse. The thing is, though, we never actually see the main control unit in-game, and I believe that's because the main control unit isn't in Hyrule Castle, but below it, right next to the energy pocket. After all, if this thing is like the remote control, you want it to have full batteries. And this device is not that hard to tamper with, judging by the fact that Purah was able to access it from the other side of the map. If it were to, say, flood with malice, Then it could do something, say, cause a divine beast to malfunction. But the next question is, where is the entrance underground? Well, you don't have to be an expert on Breath of the Wild to know about this location. The entrance is actually the Astral Observatory. My reasoning behind this is due to the observatory's structure. It is a dome-shaped room, with the entrance being a tube at the top. But if you look closely, you can see a circular disc at the center of the room. This disc is most likely an elevator that we see in shrines. It likely leads up to the room above it, but if it can go up, maybe it can go down as well, into the chambers below. But then we have one more question. If this really is the entrance underground, then how can we see Zonai instead of Sheikah ruins? Well, the answer to this can be found on Breath of the Wild's map. About a year ago, Nintendo Backcrafts made a video covering the Zonai. He made the suggestion that the Zonai ruins were found and repurposed to be trials for the hero. Looking at most of the structures, we can infer what they used to be. Thunder Plateau was some sort of training ground, Typhlow Ruins looks like some sort of capital city of sorts, and the Zonai ruins that lead to the Spring of Courage looks like some sort of trial for the Zonai, likely to test their courage. But when it comes to the three labyrinths, things get a little messy. You can see there is no way these buildings could have been anything else but a trial for the hero. On top of that, these buildings use electricity instead of torches, and it has a slightly different art style. This leads me to believe that the Zonai and the Sheikah worked together to build these structures. It would explain the mix of art styles and the technological advancements in the structure. After all, it doesn't just take wisdom to navigate the maze, but courage to enter and face the monsters inside. This area was probably constructed by the Zonai and the Sheikah because, again, the art style slightly differs from the style of the Zonai. In fact, the green hand we find, while it does look like a person desperately clutching Ganondorf, it could very well be ancient technology combined with magic. I mean, the tribe literally built a dragon head around the royal family's holy grounds. There's no way they didn't work with the royal family at some point. I mean, put yourself in the princess's shoes. You've been stuck in a 100-year-long battle and finally won. For a time, all seemed peaceful. Then all of a sudden, the Sheikah tech starts malfunctioning. After doing some investigating, you decide to check the main control unit underground. But when you get there, you find Malice, the very same evil that you yourself sealed away. Obviously, you would investigate where it's coming from. After all, the safety of the people is in your hands. It might be a long shot, but I personally am convinced. But what do you guys think? Am I a new genius, or am I totally insane? Let me know in the comments. And where do you guys think this cave is located at? Also, if there is anything you would like me to cover Zelda-wise in the future, feel free to contact me on Discord. I love hearing what you guys have to say. I'm Mouse Penguin, and I'll see you later.